please advise how much has been budgeted for the renovation of the civic?
The programme is £3.5 million, or as it says here, £3,627,187.43. I still want to know what the 43 pence is for. Mr Mayor, it is of course really important that in these straitened times we make sure that we are making the most efficient use possible that we can of all our assets, and that includes all of our buildings. So if members that have been here long enough go up to the 4th floor, they will see an area that 18 months ago had 10 people working there. It now routinely has 40 or 50 people working there. And as we carry out the same kind of transformation to each floor of the building, we will end up with a whole floor that is empty, which we will be able to offer for leasing to other public bodies or other or private industry. We know that there is a shortage of good quality office space here in Grace, so we're confident that we will be able to lease that. It will also release an awful lot of room potentially on the ground floor, and members will be asked to have a look at the needs for the members area, where the most appropriate place is for the members area, because we should be able to lease part of the ground floor for other commercial activities. Restaurants, for instance, coffee shops, taking advantage of the fact that we now have the campus opposite us. Those things together could bring in something in the region of £300,000 worth of income to the authority, which starts to offset the cost. The other thing that we have to bear in mind as well is that the business case to invest in renovating and updating the civic offices was based on the concept of creating here in this building a central hub that would enable flexible working and would release property assets elsewhere, in particular the Culver Centre. The Culver Centre running costs and savings would be in the region of another £500,000. There will then of course be the capital receipt of selling the Culver Centre, which would be another somewhere in the region of £2.5 million, which again starts to cover the cost of the renovation of this building and give us a year-on-year saving, which is, of course, vitally important.
That all sounds very nice, and I'm sure the new offices will look impressive, but in a time when we're making redundancies and we're seeking counselling services all over the place, was it wise to do this now? I don't see that as an imperative to do it now. Could we not save the money and postpone that to a time when maybe the council's got a little bit more money to spend?
Time to do it was probably 10 years ago. I think we were a bit late to the party. But don't, I really urge people not to think about it in terms of spending £3.5 million on the building and getting nothing back. We will, in 2 years' time, be making a saving as a result of it. It's a little bit akin to saying that you're a bit strapped for cash at home, so you put off that essential maintenance. Not replacing your boiler isn't actually an effective saving. Replacing that boiler will be more efficient boiler. You'll save money in the long run. It's exactly the same with this building. We have to invest in this building, invest in the fabric of this building, and use it as an asset that we are going to sweat to make sure that we do get more efficient working and savings in the long term. In fact, it's not even savings in the long term. That £3.5 million will be repaid in 2 years, and after that we will be making savings on it year in and year out.